Namaste and welcome to Pramanik Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic Astrology. And if you want to learn Vedic Astrology step by step, join my 33 days Vedic Astrology bootcamp. Link is in the description. Or if you want to just get started into Vedic Astrology, watch my workshop, free workshop for 3 hours. Link is in the description. See you on the other side of the training. It's free. Check out the link into the description section. And if you're looking for readings and consultation, check out the link into the description or check out my website as well. Now, let's talk about Mercury into the Nakshatra of Bharani. What is the range of the Bharani? Bharani Nakshatra ranges from 30 degrees 20 minutes of Aries to the 26 degrees 40 minutes of Aries. It has 4 padas. First pada goes into Leo, second into Virgo, third into Libra, fourth into Scorpio. Bharani Nakshatra ranges from 13 degrees 20 minutes of Aries to the 26 degrees 40 minutes of Aries. It has 4 padas. It has first pada goes into Leo, second into Virgo, third into Libra, fourth into Scorpio. Okay. The deity associated with the Bharani Nakshatra is Yama. Yama is the brother of Saturn. Yama is the son of the sun. We already talked about the story around Ashwini Kumara, Sanjana, Chaya, Sun. Okay, so go and check out Ashwini Nakshatra video and you would know more about this story. But yeah, Yama is the son of the sun and is the step brother of Saturn. Yama is the deity of justice. Yama is the deity of the death. Yama judges you on your karma and decides your course after your death, where you would ascend, where you would descend, in which loka you would go, and so on, depending upon your karma. They direct you. That's what Yama do. And he has an assistant called Chitragupta. He's an accountant of karma. He just keeps credit debit of your karma, which helps Yama to know more about your journey once you die. Okay, so this is Yama. Yama is the deity which will guide you after the death and which will protect you in a way, which will bless you. But you have to be on the righteous path. Yama is all about the truth, about the karma, is about the justice. And that is the deity of the Bharani Nakshatra. What is the symbol associated with Bharani Nakshatra? The symbol associated with the Bharani Nakshatra is the female reproduction organ, which represents a female womb. Okay, this represents creativity, feminine creativity, creativity of this universe. The female reproductive organ or female womb, which represents first sexuality. It also represents creativity, creation. So sexuality and creation are the two important traits, two important elements of Bharani Nakshatra. What happens when Mercury comes into the Nakshatra of Bharani? Mercury is a planet of friends, aunts and uncles, business partners, network, connection, communication. It is also about the intelligence and it is also about the beginning of the sexuality. In the zodiac sign, you would see the first sign which talks about, which represents sexuality is Gemini, one man and a woman. This is where a person is curious about the other person, the other sex. Okay, he is curious about the other person and he starts communicating. He's also interested into the opposite sex. That's what happens in the third sign of the zodiac. Okay, so Mercury represents sexuality. Mercury represents your intellect, your communication. And you would see that third house has all these signification because in the natural horoscope, third house is represented or owned by Mercury Gemini sign. Now, coming back to the Bharani Nakshatra and Mercury, the planet of friendship and connection and uncle and aunts comes into the Nakshatra, which is about the endings. Why endings? Because it is ruled by Yama. What does death do? Death takes away tomorrow from you. Death takes away future from you. Once you die, you have no future. You're done with this world. You have no more karma to do as a human in a spirit world, in the next birth, in other lokas. We don't know. Okay, we have no idea about it. We are unaware of that. But as a human, you're done. That's when Yama comes in. Yama brings in the sudden end to the things. So when Mercury comes into the nakshatra of Bharani, it brings in sudden endings to all the Mercurian significations of friendship and networking, about the communication, about the business, about intellect. All these things are come to sudden end. Okay, especially with friendships, you would see that you are connected with some friends, and you think that you are best friends and friends forever, and suddenly death or some unforeseen event or a sudden misunderstanding, miscommunication, which is a Mercury again, can take away that friend from you. Another thing about Mercury in Bharani is they have to be very careful while communicating with the other people. Why? Again, the planet of communication is coming into the nakshatra, which is about the endings, about the sudden end without a reason. Sudden end to the communication. Or you say something which hurts people, which hurt other person, which hurt other people in a relationship, friendship, in whichever relation, it just hurts, and that's the end of your relationship. So communication can bring in sudden endings to your relationship and friendships as well. The planet of communication comes into the nakshatra of sexuality. So these people talk about sexuality. These people are curious about knowing their own sexuality. At the same time, they are curious and vocal. I mean, they like to talk about what they feel. They are not afraid to share their views about sexuality. This is Mercury and this is Bharani. Okay. Another thing about this is Mercury is also about writing, intellect. So these people can write a book on sexuality. These people can write something related to sexuality. Okay, and this can lead to taboo. This can lead to really controversial personality for the time. See, when a person is born ahead of time, he is tabooed or he is worshipped. Either of these two. Okay, so when Mercury comes into the nakshatra of Bharani, imagine a person talking about live-in relationships or some other complexities in the sexuality 200 days 200 years back. He would be tabooed, right? So that's what this Mercury in Bharani does. Okay, because of this Mercury and Bharani connection, these people might have some unique and unconventional relationships as well, because they are experimenting with their sexuality, they want to know about their sexuality, and they are now connecting with a lot of people, so they want to know about themselves as well. So this brings a lot of unconventional partners into these people. Okay, again, how society takes it, that's a whole different story. Okay, what time, desh, kal, okay, these things do matter in relationship when it comes to a predictive part of it. The planet of intellect comes into the nakshatra of creation. These people are extremely creative. We oftentimes talk about Venus as the planet of art, but Mercury is versatile and is capable of having so many artistic capabilities. So when Mercury comes into the nakshatra of Bharani, it shows a person with versatile creative abilities. These people have the ability to start something which will be followed by a lot of people, because they have the ability to start something unique which is ahead of time, and that's the intelligence of the Mercury. And when I say start something new, that's what creation, that's what the symbol associated with this. And when I say new things, that's how the birth takes place. That's why the symbol associated with this nakshatra is female reproduction organ, creation, right? So that's how these people are capable of creating new things in life. The Mercury is a great businessman. Mercury has the ability to negotiate things, is to create deals, create trade deals, business. All these things can be seen with Mercury. And when this Mercury comes into the nakshatra of Bharani, these people have a great ability to negotiate. This nakshatra has 4 padas. The first pada of this nakshatra goes into Leo. The second pada of this nakshatra goes into Virgo. This is the pada where Mercury goes into its own Navamsha and into the earth element sign. So this brings in some material approach, some deep approach to the intelligence of Mercury. The third pada of this nakshatra goes into the Libra, which is friendly with Venus. Mercury is friendly with Venus, and this brings in a lot of social connections for these people. These people are great with dealing. Seventh house, this Libra sign is the sign of diplomacy, is the sign of justice as well, right? Now Mercury comes in here, is able to connect with a lot of people, would be able to connect with the society. Okay, now the next pada of this nakshatra goes into the Scorpio Navamsha. Now this is an intense pada. Okay, this is ruled, the Rashi is ruled by Aries, which is ruled by Mars, and this pada is also ruled by Mars, which is not friendly with Mercury. So Mercury feel uncomfortable into this fourth pada. Okay, this brings out the deep rooted emotions for these people. So these people would be able to communicate with their deep emotions into this pada. So yes, this was Mercury into this nakshatra of Bharani, as much as I could hold, grasp and share with you guys. If you want to know more about Vedic astrology, these 2 videos on your screen help you to understand more about Vedic astrology. If you want to learn Vedic astrology, join my 33 days Vedic astrology bootcamp or join my free training as well. Sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibes. See you in the next videos. Love and peace. Namaste.